I have never seen a rail break.
I mean, it'll bounce, but it's going to derail something.
Yeah.
We'll just let them know that there's probably about a 3-foot section that's missing.
Yeah, there's a big chunk taken out of this rail, as seen in body cam video from the TYRONE, Georgia Police Department. 4 hours after making that discovery, with sirens blaring, police were rushing back to the same crossing. Part of a freight train had derailed. So now, let's analyze the time leading up to this derailment and the aftermath. Now here's something you don't see every day. This is one of the covered hoppers from that derailment. The derailment happened at the Tyrone Road grade crossing on Tuesday, March 25th, 2025. Several cars from the end of a southbound CSX freight train ended up on the ground. Fortunately, according to the town of Tyrone, there were no injuries and no hazardous materials were on the train. I shot this footage 2 days after the derailment happened. The tracks were back open, but the cleanup continued. As you can see, when I shot this video, the road was shut down, but the crossing had been repaved. Things looked a little different around noon on the Tuesday of the derailment. These officers were investigating the same crossing, which appeared to be damaged.
Just to let you know, I've got a broken rail on the railroad at Tyrone Crossing.
Okay, so following the derailment, I read a couple of local media reports that the Tyrone Police Department had actually called CSX to warn them about the damage. A spokesman with CSX confirmed to me that those reports were correct. He also said, in part, quote, "Every day we work with law enforcement and emergency response personnel throughout our extensive network and have good communication with matters like this. Our team is conducting a thorough investigation of the incident to implement improved measures to ensure this does not happen again."
I've got 2 pieces of the rail out of the track, so CSX has been contacted.
Eventually, this deputy with the Fayette County Sheriff's Office would move the rail out of the road.
You don't have any extra rail just laying around, do you?
Well,
Then they got someone in the town's Public Works Department to put out some traffic cones. This all happened around noon on that Tuesday. Just about 4 hours later, a train was on the ground. Police told the fire department what they thought caused the damage to the rail at the crossing.
All right, so earlier today, a low boy pulled out the track over there.
Yep.
CSX was notified a 3-foot section of your track is missing. Do not send any trains down
That
here.
was earlier today?
That was at,
1:30?
yeah. No, it was before lunch.
12? So dispatch already called CSX and told them do not send any trains.
And take a look at this, the part of the rail the officers were investigating earlier. So now, the railroad had quite a mess on its hands, and crews would work into the night to get the track back open. The cleanup took a few days. It included sucking up whatever type of grain was on board one of the derailed cars with a vacuum truck and then loading it into dump trucks. Workers were also cutting up some of the debris. And big side boom tractors were also on the scene to upright and remove the derailed cars. As you saw earlier, CSX did send me a statement about the derailment. However, not all my questions were answered. I wanted to know things like how far in advance did they receive the warning? Was anyone sent out to inspect the damage? What caused the damage? Were there any slow orders issued to trains that may be passing over the damaged tracks? And had a cause of the derailment been determined? Now, railroads investigate their own derailments, and in my experience, it usually takes 2 months for their findings to be posted on the Federal Railroad Administration's website. Of course, I'll keep you posted with any updates. As always, thanks for watching.